welcome in to everybody listening in on Magic 97.9 FM, right here in Las Vegas, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, as well as all of those people watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe on the Sports Circus. And we're here with two-time Super Bowl champion and American Ninja Warrior, Tyrone Poole, looking all sharp as always.
Hey, Sal. Always, man. You got to always put your best foot forward. Man, I'm at home. I'm at home. I'm in Fort Valley, man. I'm at the Wildcat Stadium. This is where all the magic happened for me back in the 90s. Right. This is where I did all those teams up. And that's how I got into the NFL. And that's why I'm talking to you today, Sal, on the Sports Circuit.
All right. Tyrone from Fort Valley State, the Wildcats at Wildcat Stadium. Excellent. Yes. And for all those people that don't know where Fort Valley is, where is Fort Valley?
Fort Valley is about 20 miles from Macon, Georgia. So if you know what Macon, Georgia, that's kind of like the center of Georgia. You just go a little bit west, southwest, should I say, and you'll go right into Fort Valley. Fort Valley, Georgia. Peach State. They call it the Peach State. So many peach trees down there.
Right in the heart of the peach trees. Love it. Well, we're over here in Vegas. Yes. You're over here in the peach trees, and let's get it going. What do you got for us?
I know there's a whole lot of stuff going. Football is starting back up. Basketball has started. Baseball. There's so many things happening with college football. But I know you're a baseball man, and I know you want to start off in baseball. So, Sal, let's dig into it. We got the 9 innings, 7 innings. They're talking about double headers. There's a whole lot of information we want to cover with that. So, have at it, Sal. Unleash the Kraken.
Right. Release the Kraken. What do you think they're going to call that? By the way, what do you think they're going to call that stadium that they're going to play in up in Seattle, the new hockey team? Are they going to call it the Crack House? I don't know. I mean, Crack Inn, Crack House. What are the fans going to be? The crackies, the crack oars, the crackheads. What are they going to be called? The crack something? I mean, you know how many jokes they're going to have on that? I mean, look, I love the fact that we have the Kraken in the National Hockey League, but think on that for a minute. And I'm going to get into this doubleheader situation of Major League Baseball. Now, this just boils my skin. Major League Baseball, of course, is going to play 7-inning doubleheaders in this shortened season. And that was an agreement that was reached by the union. Of course, the 2020 abbreviated Major League season is underway, and things have looked a little bit different, as you probably may have surmised. Now, there are some new rules, of course, with some health risk and whatever, and of course with the fanless ballparks, minus the cardboard cutouts, that is. Now, the newest wrinkle, of course, is going to change the doubleheaders. The league and the MLBPA announced that they have agreed to a deal to play 7-inning doubleheaders this season. And an astounding round of boos. Because that's a Little League game. That's a high school game. Hell, that's even a AAA game. It's not a Major League game. Now, the new rule goes into effect already, just recently. Officials release stresses that changes will be placed only for this season. So therefore, I guess the asterisk is going to go next to the World Series champion. Now, having a 7-inning doubleheader instead of a pair of 9-inning games, of course, is common in the minors, as well as the proverbial awful, terrible rule change of the runner on second rule in extra innings, of course, which also deserves an astounding round of boos. Unbelievable. Now, as we know, in extra innings, we're going to have some changes here. And what drives me crazy is that runner on second rule, in effect for extra innings, will begin with the 8th inning during the abbreviated doubleheaders, as we know. So now, never mind the regular 8th inning. No, we're starting this in extra innings. This is stupid. Here's how the actual rule reads. Now, notwithstanding anything to the contrary, in official baseball rule 7.01a, regular
Shishito, Bariso, Raw Kifo, Fried Shiso, French fry, iced chai, pad thai, baked pie, half stack, taco pack, lobster mac, baby back, pork chop, soda pop, kebab, sour top, hot pot, hungry now. Noodle soup, cantaloupe, ice cream scoop, whipped cream, blue dumpling, chicken wing, Peking, and those crispy onion rings. We are America's Kitchen, DoorDash, every flavor welcome.
Games. A regulation game in both games of a doubleheader shall consist of 7 innings unless extended because of the tie score. In this respect, the extra inning rule contains in Section 5.1.2 of the 2020 Operation Manual, kind of like a car, I guess, shall apply to each half inning following the completion of the 7th inning. Please note that the OBR 7.01c shall still apply, since that if a game is called, it is a regulation game. 1, if 5 innings have been completed, just like in a regular game. Now also 2, if the home team has scored more than 4 runs or 4 and a fraction half innings. Figure that one. Let's read that again. If a home team has scored more runs in 4 or 4 and a fraction half innings than the visiting team has scored in 5 half innings, or 3, if the home team scores 1 or more in its half of the inning. All right, that's kind of standard rules. But what's not standard is the runner on second rule. Now, in 2020, Major League Baseball is putting emphasis on packing in as many games as possible, as everybody knows, with the potential shortening of doubleheaders. We have to say that real slow, because shortening of doubleheaders. There's nothing short about a doubleheader in the first place, from 18 to 14 innings. And also, they're saying, well, there's less risk of injury. Well, why are they even playing the damn game in the first place if they're worried about being injured? Now, cutting down on the number of innings played in a short period of time would ideally help players avoid serious injury in this unusual 60-game season, which is abbreviated. But I have to tell you, there's a real problem with this, Tyrone. It's a real problem, because now we've reverted back. We've taken those big league players and said, guess what? Now you're playing minor league ball. You just don't know it yet. What do you think about that?
Well, I hear you, Sal, and I hear you loud and clear. I'm pretty sure everybody appreciate that long read, but I'm going to get into the heart of the situation now. Me as a player, and even if I was a coach, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of a player's view first. It's going to cut down on injuries, 100%, shorten it down. The injuries, the players are healthier, and it shortens the game. I'm like, who wants to go to a baseball game that starts at 7:30, and you don't get home, depending on traffic, which city you stay in. You don't get home until 11. Then the kids got to settle down because they're still pumped up from the game, and they got to get up the next morning to go to school. So shortening the game, these 7 innings, I like it from the standpoint of people leave the ballpark early, which also it sets in with other sports, basketball, football. They usually around that 2 hour, 2.5, kind of time frame. So you give the fans an opportunity. You give the players an opportunity. And then that middle reliever that really comes in there for maybe 1 or 2 innings, he goes in, throws a couple of balls, and he goes out, and then your stud, who's the closer, comes in. And then on top of that, your starting pitcher, he gets an opportunity to pitch about 4 innings, and then you bring in your stud to close it out, and guess what? Your stud starter can come back with more of quickness because of the shortened duration in which the pitcher is pitching. So I like it. I know everybody is used to tradition, but hey, in today's times and going into the future, you're only going to survive if you are able to adapt. I like it. I love it. I would support it. If I was a baseball player, I would vote on it. And then here's my last thing. When it comes to the records, I heard you use the asterisk. I would say it makes it even more dramatic if a player can hit a certain number of home runs, steal a certain number of bases in a shortened season. It's like, for example, in football, when Jim Brown ran for all those yards, he did it in a 14 game season. So now you got these 16 game seasons. Okay, but either way, it was a shortened season. So I see greatness in that.
Oh,
I like it.
Stop it.
I would support it.
I'm telling you, at the end of the day, all they've done is they have basically said, look, little boys, we're going to let you play a little boy's game because you played this growing up, the 7-inning game. Now we're going to have a little extra, like computer assist when you're playing a video game. This is kind of the thing. We're going to put a guy on second base for you. There, little Billy. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about being injured in this rough and tumble game. Come on, man. Give me a break. This is awful, but it's an abomination of the game of baseball. You go to a doubleheader and you plan on sitting there for at least 6 hours, 7 hours. It doesn't matter. Have a drink. Have your favorite big boy drink. Put your big boy pants on. Have a piece of pizza or 10, who knows, and go enjoy the damn games. Get over it, Major League Baseball. You're dropping the ball. No. Back here in a few minutes on the Sports Circus. Last part, John. Don't go anywhere. More chaos coming your way.